before anything, I met Julius about probably a year ago now at a diner, and we talked. We couldn't really talk about the movie a lot because it was kept in secrecy, but we just got a feel for each other, and I had seen Son of a Gun. He had seen some of the stuff that I'd done, and we really liked each other. And then a whole 8-9 months went by, and this rolled around again. And I read the script and thought it had some really interesting themes in it. And then they were waiting to cast the other guy, and they cast Jovan and I together. So it was pretty fun. It happened pretty quickly. What's great about doing a movie for someone like JJ is that it doesn't necessarily have to be a franchise. It doesn't have to. He carries the weight of his own merit on his own shoulders. Nobody else has to do it for him. So when you walk into that type of set, there's a certain type of freedom that comes with that, and it's really fun to be able to execute a vision that was his from a pretty long time ago. It's a World War II movie. There are things that happen that are odd and off, but we don't quite know exactly what they are. He was a guy who had a normal job, probably. World War II came along, and he left his job at a pharmacy because that was what you were supposed to do. And he decided to join the war effort. He's a born leader. He can just tell people what to do and do it. Even if it's the wrong decision, you just do it. He's a practical person. He lives in reality. He doesn't live in I wish or I want or I wish I had. It's everything. This is the cards you're dealt. This is how you deal with it. And that doesn't mean that means not being pretty. That means not being very nice sometimes. The other guys are there. They're there to help. They're there to be there, but they have a bond that I don't have with them because I don't know them. I just met them hours ago. I just need them to complete their mission. And as you go along, I think everybody sort of gets to know each other a little bit better. And they prove themselves in war. I think they prove their worthiness. Going into the boot camp was important to get the skills and the understanding of what a soldier does and how they did it in World War II. But the boot camp was important just for us as actors to get to know each other. And we kind of get to know each other's personalities. We understand this person's tendencies and that person's tendencies. Our boot camp sergeant, Freddie Joe Farnsworth, he was really great at making us understand what's it like to be in this situation and have to fight. Not just get there and take a rest and have a water. Run the 3.5 miles, and then when you get there and it's, a half a mile hill that you got to climb up, you have to fight up the half-mile hill. You have to fire your weapons. You've got to rely on your training. You got to do all this stuff. And it was 3-4 days of it, and it was, I think, invaluable. We knew what every weapon was. We knew how to clear the jam. We knew how to do a magazine change. We fired our weapons for 2 weeks. We knew how to. You do not let go of your weapon. Do not leave your weapon. Don't call it a gun. It's a weapon. And he was really great at instilling that in us. And I think we've been able to carry that. That's been a key part of being together. The drop scene. Yeah. That was intense. We were a week in the airplane on a gimbal. I think it'll open the movie with something that's it's intense. It's really, and it looks intense. And that's one of the things about the movie I think that's perhaps its biggest strong point is the visual aspect of the movie. Julius knows what he wants to see. He knows how he wants to see it. And he knows what he wants it to look like. And every single shot that I've seen looks fantastic. Visually, he understands the raw power of the camera, the rawness of the reality that he wanted to create, mixed with the supernatural element. So he cast people, I think, that were interesting casting choices for each person. We all know, Pilu. He's an incredible actor. And he doesn't play the moment always like you'd expect somebody to play the moment. So he casts people, I think, with really good instincts, and within that, he knows what he wants to see. He knows what he wants to feel, and he can give you that. He goes, I want to feel this. It's raw. You're going to be entertained. It's entertaining. It's going to be enjoyable. I think you'll like the characters. I think you'll enjoy being with Boyce. I think you'll enjoy being with Ford. I think you'll enjoy the moments where you go, why aren't you doing that? I think it's a movie, as in most genre films, where part of the fun of the genre is going, why is she going over there? Don't go over to the door. Don't do that. This movie has the ability to capture an audience with some of its action, like in that way. It's real, it's raw, it makes you feel like you're inside of whatever's happening. I think that the story is an interesting one that will hold everybody.
Did you know the shark in Jaws doesn't appear in the film until an hour and 21 minutes into the film? While part of the reason behind this is to build suspense, the biggest reason behind it was that the mechanical shark built for the film rarely worked as intended. Now the end result is a truly terrifying entrance.